Morning, Dewayne here, Dry Creek Wrangler School. Got a couple of my help out here and going to introduce you to some of the new horses we got for the school. And so I want to use this as a teaching thing. I had started a series many months ago on buying a used horse, buying yourself a horse. And so I want to talk about these that I have this morning, what we've got here for the place, getting ready for the school, and the difference in the horses and things that you should look for when you go to buy a horse. Logan, I'm going to swap with you. Let me have him. You hold her. So we're going to start out with Tank over here. All right, this is old Tank. Tank's a quarter horse. He's about 10 years old. Now, he is a really good size that I prefer. All right. So when you go to buy a horse, the first thing you want to look at when you buy a horse is you want to look at their eye. Tank wants to put his head down and start eating grass. Look at their eye first. Now, has he got a good soft eye? Is his head up in the air? Is he wild-eyed? Can you see the whites around his eyes when you go to look at him? If his eyes looks calm and normal, next thing you look at is the hooves. We went and looked at a couple of horses last week. We pulled up, got out of the vehicle, and turned around, got right back in the vehicle and left. And they said this horse is broke so good this way. This horse can do this, can do that, but the hooves were a mess. So after that, you want a horse. If you come around here, Mama, you want a horse that the legs come out of the corners. And what do I mean by that? You want a horse that's the forelegs are actually on the corner like table legs. A lot of horses, especially your thinner breed horses, their legs will be in close together now, like they're coming out of the same hole. He's got good solid bones. He's got good bone. He's got good straight legs. He's got a good chest. So right there, Mom, just stay right there. His neck is a good proportion for a working horse. He doesn't have a great big long neck. He's a heavy boned horse, so he's got a head to match, but he doesn't have a head that'll eat corn out of a 5-gallon bucket. He's got a short back. I like a short back horse. He's got big, heavy hindquarters. That's where a horse gets their muscle and their power. He's not too tall. He's not too thin. He's not too rangy. He's just a good, solid. Now, he's kind of fat right now from just standing around over the winter eating a lot of hay. But physically speaking, this is a good kind of solid horse here. So he's broke. Now, the thing they told me about him, we haven't spent any time on him yet, is the reason they sold him, they were looking for a roping horse out of the box, and Tank's just too laid back. He's just too lazy. He'll work cattle, I guess, out in the field, but he won't come charging out of the box. He's just not interested in that, which that fits perfectly what we're trying to do around here. All right, so that's his. That's him. That's Tank. Now I'm gonna tie Tank up here. And we're going to look at the other end of the spectrum. Go ahead and bring Copper over here. So this is Copper. Don't know Copper's breeding. I'm sure she's got a lot of quarter horse in her. Now the folks we bought her from had her about 2 years. They said that the people they bought her from when they sold her said she was 2 years old. So about 4 years old. And again, she's not super tall. Her neck's not too long. I mean, we're not show horsing here. We're talking about just workability, okay? She's got a nice little head on her. She's a little bit more, if you look at her eyes, she's just a little bit more unsure, a little bit more nervous. She's not as calm and as sure and secure as Tank is. And she's got a little bit more She's got a little bit more energy to her, but she's got good solid hooves. She's got really sound legs. She's got good solid legs. Her back isn't too long, and her hindquarters are pretty good for her size. Now, if she's 4, she's still got another 2 years of growing. So she's got her old woolly winter coat that's starting to come out, and she's got some issues. See, she's just a little bit jumpier. She's got a little bit issue. She's broke to ride, and there's no buck or anything in her, but she's definitely nowhere near a finished horse. But she's a good sized horse. She make a nice little trail horse. And so again, and I'll put links in this video to the older videos I did. You don't need a 17-hand horse built like a rail. It's not practical, okay? It's just not practical. She's a good size, a good kind of little horse for a trail horse. So she'll grow into her body. She'll get heavier and she'll grow into it. And with experience, she'll settle down, she'll calm down. All right? And then my big joy here, this is Reba. I bought me a mule. So Reba's she's broke to ride, she's broke to pack, and she'll pull in harness. She's set up really nice. She's only 5 years old. Mules won't mature until they're like closer to 7 or even 8 maybe. And so she's going to get some size on her. She's really good natured. Got really good, small, strong hooves. Got good legs. She just set up really nice. I saw her the other day. We turned her out in the pasture here, and she went trotting across. And man, she's just as smooth as glass. So Reba's probably going to wind up being my main mount here. So I'm really excited about Reba. So I want y'all to meet Reba. So today is March 25th. I'm going to try to go in the next 3 or 4 days and head back to Texas to get old Boone and Biscuit and Rodeo and get them out here. But we're starting to get them. We're starting to get them gathered up and starting to get ready. School's only 5 weeks away, so things are coming together. So anyhow, I just wanted to introduce you to the critters, and we'll catch you guys later.